I don't know if you can hear it, but the crickets are like ridiculously loud and noisy right now. So hopefully it doesn't interrupt the video. We'll see. Hello everybody and welcome to Lindsay's Little Library. I am here today to share with you my thoughts on my September TBR. So my August TBR was very ambitious, and from my wrap up you realize that I didn't stick totally to it. So we're going to go into September with an open mind, and I'm going to be laying out some options here for us. Not necessarily a to be read pile, but more of a to be read option list. We're going to go with that. So first up, I did want to give an update on one of my last videos. I did the great book sort. So I went through all of my TBR books, my entire enormous pile that I still have not counted because I just don't want to know. And I also showed you the pile of books that I'm going to be unhauling, and said if anybody needs me to save a book or if I need to pull it back into rotation to let me know. And a few people told me I cannot get rid of this book, so I'm not going to. This is apparently Joe Hill is Stephen King's son. It sounds like it's supposed to be good. I don't know, so I'm gonna keep it, put it back on my shelf. I might add it to my pile of books. I want to kind of try a chapter and see what I think from there. So I did rescue the book. Don't worry, I pulled it out of the pile that's still in my basement, so I technically haven't unhauled it. So we weren't even close to being in trouble, but I am going to be donating those to a few of my community's little libraries, so we're going to take care of that soon. So next up for September, I can't believe it is September already. That's fantastic. It is a wonderful month. In my eyes, September is probably the best month out there because it's my birthday month. So I celebrate all month long. You just have to. So, alright, my plans for September, I've got a couple of them. I need to, first up, I want to finish off the selection series. So I have the Crown, and then Happily Ever After, the, what do they call these? What do they call these? It's like a bind-up of short stories or whatever. So it has The Prince, The Guard, The Queen, and The Favorite. So I want to read that one as well as The Crown, and that will complete the selection series for me. Kind of sad. I know. It's my totally guilty pleasure read. Next up, I have a couple that I want to make sure I get through in the month of September. So the first one, I have One Dark Throne by Kendare Blake. This is the second book in the Three Dark Crowns trilogy. This is about three princesses. They're triplets, and in this world, when the triplets are born, the queen is no longer the queen. Those are the three princesses. They are raised separately. They each have their own kind of magical power, or their own power. And then when they turn, I believe, 16, they are they're introduced to each other. They get to see each other again, and only one can survive. So it's kind of crazy. I like the first book. I really, really love the first book, I should say. So I'm so excited to get this. I picked this up when I went to BookCon in early June. I stood in line and fought the masses. I didn't really find anybody, I just stood in line. And I got the ARC for One Dark Throne. The reason I want to read this in September is this is released September 19th, so I want to make sure I read this and get a review up right about the time that it is available to purchase. So can't wait to read that one. Next up that I really want to get to in the month of September is Caraball by Stephanie Garber. I am a horrible friend. One of my best friends bought this for me months ago. I was so super excited about it, and I have yet to touch it, and I feel bad, so I need to read this book. So that's next up on my list. Then I happened to stumble across a video by Cat's Corner, and she did a video called 5 Reasons to Read The Leaving, and I happen to have The Leaving. So I watched the video, sounded really awesome, probably the reason why I bought the book in the first place, but it's The Leaving by Tara Altabrando. So it has me very intrigued. This is a psychological thriller, I'm pretty sure, about 6 schoolmates. I believe they're kindergartners. They go missing without a trace. No one hears from them or knows what happened to them for 10 years. And so when they're 16, only 5 of them come back. Dun dun dun. So I'm going to pick that one up. Next up, I have a book I borrowed from a friend of mine. It's called The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I've been hearing a lot of really great things about this book. Somewhere, I think she told me it's kind of a spin-off of Elizabeth Taylor's life. I don't know. But a friend of mine said it was fantastic. Borrowed it to another friend who also says it's fantastic. So I don't even care what it's about. I believe them. I trust them. I'm going to read that one. So that brings me to, how many books do we have on my list here? Let's see. 5 of them so far? Lately I've been doing a lot more than that, so I have to leave room for whatever my book club picks for its book for the month. And then I kind of have some room in there. So I have some audiobook options I can pick from. I also have this stack of Book of the Month books that a friend of mine is loaning me right now. So I've got, let's see here, Fierce Kingdom by Jen Phillips, American Fire by Monica Hess, Dead Letters by Kate Dolan Leach, and Midnight at the Bright Ideas Bookstore by Matthew Sullivan. So I thought I would do kind of try a chapter of each of these and then pick one for the month of September. So I will most likely do that, record my video and let you know what I think, and pick one of these to read in September. I need to get these back to her, so I'm thinking if I read one or two a month for the next few months, I should be able to get through them. Although knowing her in that time, she's going to get new Book of the Month books and she's going to give them to me anyway, so I'm just going to constantly be behind, but it is what it is. And then I have been really enjoying my Amazon Fire reading, or my Kindle or whatever, lately, so I do have quite the list of books on here. So I might want to pick one of those and read that. Go from there. Although I've been noticing when I finish a book, it still stays on here. Does anybody know if I can like move that book somewhere else? So like this one, these 3 down here, I've read. I don't need to see them in this list. How do I like get them off of there? I don't need them on here anymore. Or put them at the bottom or something? I don't know. My Kindle friends, help me. I'm new to this. Let me know what you think. So that's September. Now, September's back to school. September's back to after school activities. I don't know how my reading's going to change. I had fantastic July and August. The number of books I've read in July and August was crazy, to the point that I've already met my Goodreads goal for the year. Which my husband says to me, great, now you don't have to read anything for the whole rest of the year. Yeah, not going to happen. But, so I am up to 57 books that I've read this year. That's insane. And it's just starting to be September, so I'm excited to see what happens, but I don't know how much reading I'm going to continue to have. So we'll see what I get done. You know, my pile of TBR books is always bigger than what I'm able to accomplish, but that's okay. Set your goals high is what I've always been told. So yeah, that's about it. That's what I'm reading in September. Let me know if you've read any of these books at all and what your thoughts are. I'm not really sure where to start, what I'll pick up first. I'll probably pick up One Dark Throne first, just to get that done, because it does have that deadline of September 19th, but it's a YA fantasy book. You know, it won't take me too long to go through this and get this over with. So I might actually take that with me for my Labor Day weekend camping. I could probably knock that out. Yeah, and then I would like to show off my new shelf I got. Fancy. Now we don't just have a bare wall behind us. I actually have a nice shelf. So I've reorganized. I've got books I've read in August, which you'll recognize, and then some library books I gotta get back. So yeah, but that's about it. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe below, and I will see you next time. Bye!